with the only man fast enough to escape that explosion from Bane that blew up Gotham Stadium, at least the field. And a man so versatile that he's a Super Bowl MVP and a Dancing with the Stars champion. And now he's the coach of XFL San Antonio, Hines Ward.
Pleasure.
It is a pleasure.
Nice to meet you there. Pleasure.
We appreciate it.
I'm glad to be here.
You wear a lot of hats. Like you've done a lot of stuff.
I have. I'm like the Forrest Gump. Modern day Forrest Gump is what I call myself. But I'm extremely blessed. I've been very blessed to have done a lot of things over my career, and getting the opportunity to be a head coach here in San Antonio is just like, that's a dream come true. One, I get an opportunity to do something that I love to do and sit in the chair, but just being able to be the head coach in San Antonio amongst these passionate fans of football, man, I'm just extremely humble, but super excited for the opportunity as well.
What's it been like the last couple of months? Because the league announced that a team was coming.
It's all about the right fit. And, playing in Pittsburgh for 14 years, my entire career for the Steelers, I've been very blessed to be. I had two great coaches in Coach Cowher and Mike Tomlin. So both guys were great leader of men, but the culture that we had in Pittsburgh was like no other. The connection that the team had with the city, that's something that I would love to embrace for San Antonio. I want to put a great product on the field so they have that connection with the fans and just establishing that culture. But at the end of the day, assembling a group of coaches, bring them together, I'm super excited just to be a part of it.
Speaking of assembling the group, just between you and me, can you give us a little inside scoop on who's kind of joining the staff?
I do got Joey Porter on my staff. How about that?
Awesome.
Linebacker from Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
I can let you guys know that. But Joey, a passionate player, wears his emotions on his sleeves. He's somebody who embodied what defensive players are to be like. So I thought I had to have him on my staff just for the energy, just for itself, because he's going to bring the energy each and every day. Sometimes you got to hold Joey back a little bit because he wants to get out there and actually play football. I said, Joey, we've already had our time. Come on over here and coach.
The coaches that you've played for in Pittsburgh, Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin, how much did you take from them as you approach?
It's kind of crazy because as a player, you sit in all those meeting rooms and you hear the same saying over and over. You can almost finish all their sayings before they even get to it. But, Coach Cowher spitting in your face, I'm not really going to miss that aspect of it, but he's very passionate about the players. And Mike Tomlin, you can't say enough good things about him. To be able to not have a losing season ever in his whole head coaching career, I think speaks volumes about him. But me just taking a little bit of both of kind of what I learned. It's about a daily process. Don't look too far ahead, don't look behind you, but just put your head down and keep grinding. That's the same mentality that I've always had as a player. And that's something that I want to just, teach our players is just, understanding that we're here to develop champions. We have to be champions in everything we do on a daily basis, because in football, it's not like a light switch. You can't turn it on when I want to turn it on when I want to be a champion, turn it off when I don't want to play. Your lights got to stay on at all times to be able to get to where you want to go. So that's something that I learned from both other coaches, just a daily process, a daily grind, just keep working at it.
Yeah, speaking of your time with the Steelers, I know I don't have to tell you how much of a national following they have. But even still, because San Antonio is regarded as cowboy country, it surprises me how many Steeler fans and Packer fans there are in the greater San Antonio. Have you had a chance to kind of notice that? Like how many Steeler fans there are even in a hub of Dallas?
Well, there's Steeler fans all over. And I get it. The teams in the 70s with Dallas and the Steelers, that's kind of just dates back way back then. But it just carried over. Everywhere you go, normally in Pittsburgh, even on our road games, there's more Steeler fans than there are the home team. So for us, our road game actually felt like a home game because our fans were just so passionate about, getting their hands on tickets to go support the Steeler Nation and stuff. So, and that's something that I saw a connection with the San Antonio fans, just, a blue-collar city, nothing flashy. They just love their sports. They're diehard, passionate about their sports teams. And for me to be a part of that, it just resonates for me because I played my whole career in Pittsburgh.
It's kind of interesting right now in terms of San Antonio and coaches. There's Greg Popovich, right?
Yes. The Godfather.
The Godfather, right? And then right now, like the coach in college football, Jeff Traylor at UTSA. I mean, when UTSA, who didn't have a football program much more than a decade ago,
Correct.
is keeping a guy away from going to Texas Tech, kind of goes, okay, there's something going on there.
It is.
And so now those two guys are in place. Now we get NFL star, Super Bowl MVP Hines Ward as a coach. It really is an interesting dynamic here for coaches.
I'm not going to compare myself to those guys, especially the Godfather. I mean, I think he's done so much for the city. He is Mr. San Antonio himself. I mean, all the great things that he's done in the NBA world and still doing to this day. I just think that's who he is. That's his mark on the game of basketball. But for Coach Traylor, having success, putting really UTSA on the map as far as, having we can get good players here in San Antonio. We can develop them. We can win championships with them. He's done an amazing job. And, for me, it's just to have the opportunity to sit in the chair. My mindset is no different than those guys. I'm a championship or nothing. That's the mindset that I always have. I'm not just excited to have a winning season. I'm here to try to win it all. And that's just the way I think. That's just the way I approach life. I want to be a champion in everything that I do. And so now I have an opportunity to be the head coach of the San Antonio team. It's championship or nothing for us. That's the mindset that our team will have.
We appreciate your time, and we're not going to take too much more of it. But I'm just curious, to win the Super Bowl MVP as a receiver and to have your team celebrate a world championship, that must have been pretty darn cool.
It is. Words can't describe it, and it's something that no one can ever take away from you. For me, growing up, I was that little kid that I watched every Super Bowl. I emulated who was the MVP the next day at recess, and I remember Doug Williams, the quarterback for Washington, when he won the Super Bowl MVP. The next day at recess, I took a white T-shirt, I put 17 on it, I put Williams on it, and I was out there throwing touchdown passes. And so to see it all come together, it was almost surreal when I was sitting up there, with my son holding the Lombardi Trophy and being named Super Bowl MVP. Just looking out in the midst of all the confetti, I was like, man, I wanted to know if there's a kid that's out there that want to be Hines Ward out at recess the next day. So to be able to live that moment was a dream come true of mine and something that no one could ever take away from me.
And then adding another Lombardi Trophy before you.
Yeah, I've been very blessed. I've been very blessed. Aaron Rodgers stole the third one from me, but I'm not going to complain about it.
Right up the road in Dallas. Never forget that one.
Yeah.
That was a great game. You've given us so many moments through the years. We appreciate it. As we let you go, just when fans show up at the Dome, what are they going to expect to see from a Hines Ward coach?
You know what? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to give it my all, and I want our players to give relentless, great effort on each and every play. I want to put up a lot of points. I want the fans out there dancing in the stands. I really want the Alamo Dome to get rocking. So anytime any opponents come in there, they know that they have their hands full with our team. So Alamo Dome, San Antonio fans, come out, show your love, and it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a party in the Alamo Dome.
Super Bowl MVP, Dancing with the Stars champ. Most importantly, the guy that Bane could not get in The Dark Knight Rises.
Exactly.
We appreciate
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Come back and see us.